someone had a bunch of big cardboard to the pile last night, and now it's in our fucking front lawn. And I was like, God damn it!
Because they won't take it.
Yeah, because they won't take it. So I was like, fuck. I looked. I was like, oh. This motherfucker left their address from Amazon on there. Return the sender.
Welcome to the Chip and Cern Show, the podcast about everything and nothing at the same time. They were possibly separated at birth, only to be rejoined to create the sweet sounds that will caress your deepest cochlea. The show is real, random, rant-filled, and ruthless. Please be warned that this show may hurt your feelings, offend your grandma, and even kick your dead dog in the balls. So get ready, and let's get this shit started.
This shit has started. I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
And you are listening to the Chip and Cern Show.
Yes, once again. Or possibly for the first time.
Yes, we're back. Playoff baseball is happening.
Cern is riding high this week. I just got to tell you right now.
Let's hear it.
Dodgers were swept.
Oh.
The Niners got a big L. Rams came out with a victory.
Oh, that's nice.
I'm riding high.
That's good. I love to hear it. I don't watch any football, but I do check the scores to see if there's any shit-talking availability for myself. And I did. I saw it was late in the game, and the Niners were down to the Browns. And so I fired up the old sidebar chat to Cern, and I said, is it possible we can get the prayers have been answered?
I had it on. It was the only game on at the time.
Oh.
So
your hand was forced.
It was like Sophie's Choice. I literally, not figuratively, literally felt like Sophie at this moment. Turn it off or turn it on? I mean, which one do I do?
And
so actually, I had the game on in the garage as I was tasked to clean the garage because we had a trash pickup.
Oh, and this is and the Browns tried to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory.
Victory, yeah.
But the Niners.
I had it on, and it was like,
happen.
the Browns. They were opening with the Browns are the number one defense in the league in every statistical possibility. And I was like, what? I was like, fuck. I knew they had like a good defense, but And I play fantasy, so I got to pay attention.
Yeah.
No, my dad already had the Browns defense, but doesn't matter. So I was like, So they're like sitting there, like touting them up and fluffing them up. Opening drive, they let the fucking 49ers just go right down the field and score. And I was like, oh, fuck. I was like,
and then they started jocking Purdy.
Oh, yeah, Purdy. It was actually the Christian McCaffrey show because he's like touching the ball. And I had actually sent a message to my brother. I was like, the Niners are using Christian McCaffrey on every fucking play. I know he's like your best player, but he's gonna fucking hurt himself. And I should have. My crystal ball was fired up because sure shit, oblique or back or whatever.
Uh-oh. Is he questionable for next week or he...
For a few weeks.
Uh-oh. Joe and Dana have to be a little bit nervous about that. And I knew... Now, I will say, since my actual viewership of football has fallen off and my just general sports has fallen off, I haven't been able to get Joe's goat as easily as I used to. Like, I feel like I lost the touch a little bit.
He's really tough to get. He has to be in like a certain. He's almost like a solar eclipse. You got to get him at the right time, otherwise he ain't getting it.
Yeah, and you need the special glasses too because you don't want to look directly at that shit unless you're the fucking president, a big dumb orange idiot. But I think I got him. I might have got. I knew I got under his skin a little bit because about the second
he was reeling. Now I pay attention a lot because I can play fantasy.
Yeah, you got
and
your
stuff
fantasy.
like that. So. Sometimes I just kind of try to catch up and see what's going on because I need to know if there's somebody's hurt because I hate surprises. And I watch some stuff.
And you've been bitten by the benched player issue in the last couple
Now this week it came out with a 50-point victory, basically.
Oh,
150 to 1. It was like 150 to 106, so 44-point victory.
Nice.
But what was I saying? Damn, before that? Damn it. I lost my train of thought.
You were staying up on the fantasy at McCaffrey and getting Joe's goat.
Oh. So all the quote unquote experts on ESPN and all the other shit. Basically, from what I was gathering throughout the whole week is are the Niners even going to lose a game this year? That's the question. And it was just like
So annoying.
Like I wanted to throw my remote through a TV or punch my computer or what.
Yeah.
It was just nonstop. Like they're not going to lose. I don't see a game where they can lose.
Wow.
They're just going to roll through and roll basically to the Super Bowl, and
Just-
they'll face the Chiefs, and kind of shit like that. And I was like, what the fuck? And then when they lost, so I think that the boys, Joe and Dana, were riding pretty high on the.
Yeah.
Which I mean, come on, I kind of ride a little bit high too. I'll give them that.
Yeah. They definitely, the Niners have been playing very well. I didn't certainly, from what I know, I wouldn't have expected the Browns to, throw a speed bump in their
Now,
cruise
on top
to
of
the Super
that,
Bowl.
this is where James comes into the mix because he only just threw salt all over their wound.
Oh, because the Dolphins did win, I saw.
The Dolphins won, so James was shooting out Niners. Brock Purdy looks like trash. You take away his whole offense. McCaffrey.
One player.
He can't complete a pass over 5 yards. And
That's
he
hilarious.
starts. So then he said, and they lost to the Browns without the rapist at QB because Sean Watson was on the bench. I was like, oh my god,
Wow.
they lost.
Wow.
He just kept going. I mean, he was going for. I think actually, he's still going today. He's still
And are they-
firing. Today.
Are they coming in there at all? This is a one-sided conversation.
He's just blowing it out there.
Okay.
It's just him. I mean, I do fan the Flames, but yeah, truth,
Yeah.
testify. Just kind of one of those. Just keep it going. Because I think if he loses all interest, he'll fade. So I
Yeah.
just have to keep.
You got to keep
going.
it. Just throw some like splash some lighter fluid
Yeah.
on there. Just keep that
Yeah,
that
just
flame
keep it
going.
going because he's just riding with too much confidence.
Now you were in the garage. You were doing a garbage. Is this? We have these. Allegedly, we get 2 or 3 a year.
think
You have to
we get-
call ahead or schedule. I don't really
Yeah,
understand,
schedule it.
but I need to purge some stuff. Like I have an old refrigerator and an old
We
toaster
had,
oven and stuff.
We had like a old box spring because Jeffrey got a new
Oh.
bed, new box spring. We tried to give it away, so we put it out front for free.
Yeah.
Somebody fucking ran it over in the middle of the night. It was broken.
Free broken box spring now.
So it was on the side of the yard, and we had like,
Oh, man, I hate
like
that shit.
sometimes we get furniture. Like you grab, someone's like, "Come get my free furniture for
Yeah.
my stuff." So we just grab it, and then we come back, and someone's
You're like, oh, it's garbage.
"Ooh." Like you take the whole lot, and then you just kind
Yeah.
of piece through, and like, okay, this is trash.
Okay.
So we had some shit there, and then we had like Jeffrey's old bed frame that was broken somehow. He
Hmm.
kept saying it's really rocky, so we got him a new bed frame and stuff, and then we was taking it apart. Like this,
It was
you broke the
busted.
welds. What the hell?
Oh, interesting. So do you have to, if I need stuff picked up, are they going to do like, oh, it's actually $10 for a refrigerator and this and that, or they'll just take everything?
They'll tell you what they will take and what they won't take.
Okay.
So, and interestingly enough, cardboard is not. They won't take cardboard.
Can't they just go on your regular?
Yeah, they can only regular.
But if you got mass quantities of cardboard.
yeah. So we have. Well, and here's the other thing. Down the street
Mhm.
in the middle school, which is from our house in this neighborhood, it's maybe 2-minute drive.
Mm-hmm.
They have several like community dumpsters for cardboard, only.
Oh, yeah,
You
just
throw it.
Yeah, take it in there.
So we set it up, and of course it's like, we had chairs and stuff that we didn't want, and then like someone rings the doorbell. I was like, I'm not answering the door. It's like, can I have your chair? I was out there. I was like, can I say, go for it? I said, just don't knock over my pile. Because I hate, because I had before. It's like, you set it up and then people splash around. It's like, hey, fuckhead. So, but this time,
Like freeloaded, like going like dumpster diving through the stuff that's for
dumpster diving. But
pick
then
up?
they just throw your shit all over the place, and you got to pick it up because because in the city, here's the thing: like the city, be like, well, I'm not if it's not within a 6 by 7 by whatever the fuck it is radius, and we're not picking it up, kind of thing. So this guy's like, here's the thing: people are like, hey, can I try to throw an office chair?
Oh, wants to add on to your pile.
Yeah, and I was like,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, what the fuck?
just wheel it over.
Yeah. So then this morning, so it was picked up this morning, 7 a.m. They were there. I was working. I was like, oh, they're here.
Hmm.
So my wife goes and goes to take the kids out. She comes in. She's like, "Why did you add cardboard to the?" I said, "I didn't add cardboard." She's like, "Fuck! Someone had a bunch of big cardboard to the pile last night, and now it's in our fucking front lawn." And I was like, "God damn it!"
Because they won't take it.
Yeah, because they won't take it. So I was like, "Fuck!" I looked. I was like, "Oh." This motherfucker left her address from Amazon on there. Return the sender.
It was an Amazon box. You drove it back over. You just put it in there.
Oh, and I just threw it right in the lawn. Boom.
Oh my God. How far away was it from your house?
It was like 2 minutes down the road.
Oh my gosh. Do you think they were just like passing by and they're like, oh, look at this?
Yeah, I'll just throw in here, I guess. Which, I mean, I don't mind, but it's like, it's a illegal substance or whatever, shall we say. It's like, now I have this pile of boxes, and they weren't like small boxes that I could, if it was like a couple like little boxes, I just sort of
like some Amazon boxes. Okay, just put it in the.
It's like, these are some big ass boxes. Like I had to put it in the back,
like a refrigerator box or a TV box or something like that.
It was something big. It was a little flatter, but yeah, it was
okay.
Big. I was like,
interesting.
I was like, wow. I was like, oh, this fucking person didn't even. I still have the address and the name.
So
here you go.
Love it.
We'll just say your first name, Kelly. Here you go, Kelly. Yeah. Here are your boxes back, and I threw them all over.
Oh, that's the like sweet. That must have felt so satisfying to just unload that.
Put it right on the front,
on the front lawn. Oh,
yeah. I was like laughing. I was telling Robin, I was like, "This is like the horse's head in The Godfather." She's got to come home from work. I'm like, ah!
I thought I got rid of this. Well, I mean, it's not like of all the things to move, cardboard seems that. Yeah, you might not take a box cutter to that thing, whittle it down, and just you got to be a little bit more surgical with it. But cardboard
even made me angry when we pulled up. She had the blue recycle can.
Oh.
Sitting right there, and it didn't look full to me. I wasn't going to walk up and like open it up because I don't want to seem like, be on the Ring Report or some creep.
Yeah,
going around,
returning cardboard to people.
But I saw it, and I was like, she has the thing. Obviously, I mean, everyone does.
Interesting.
You didn't want to break it down.
How were they getting by? Now I'm curious. Like what? How did she see that you had a pile? So this must have happened in the cover of darkness.
I did it because it was coming on Tuesday.
Okay.
So I had start assembling the pile on Sunday.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which is because it's like, well, I don't know what my work day is like on Monday. It's just
you don't want to be dragging that shit out there. Yeah,
in the dark. The fucking headlamp or something like that.
It gets dark at fucking 6 o'clock now. It seems like
she must have saw it as like Sunday or Monday because it was there on Monday. Yeah. And it wasn't there until because I was obviously in and out on Monday, so I didn't see anything until the shit I was getting yelled at for adding cardboard, and I was like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about.
So sometime Monday night to Tuesday 7 a.m. This person dumped
cardboard.
Oh man,
didn't take their tag off of it. Didn't take their address.
That's so good.
I love
it.
Who the fuck? And I was like looking. I was like, oh. Actually, I could tell you who the fuck it is. Where they live. Load it up. We're going back.
Oh, it's like idiot criminals. They like leave their wallet or they like, do something stupid.
Oh, I had to do this a little bit ago, actually. Someone had set up because we're at the stop sign, so people like to set up
lemonade stands or some shit.
Garage sale signs.
Oh,
at the stop sign, which is fine. I don't care. But then it was like they left it there for a day. It was just sitting there, and then at 5 o'clock on a Sunday, I was like, they had staked it in my. Not like they had taped it to the stop sign like most people do. Uh-huh. They staked the shit in my yard.
Oh.
And I was like, I mean, whatever. I'm not going to worry about it. But now it was still sitting there. And it was taped to some stupid little, obviously disposable shit.
Yeah.
So I grabbed it, drove it down, and just fucking threw it like a javelin in their fucking front lawn.
I had a garage sale sign that I walked by. They screwed it into the post with fucking like decking screws through cardboard. Like cardboard. There was 3 decking screws in there. Because I was just, if it was a staple, I was just gonna it was from the weekend before, and I was just gonna rip it off and put it in the recycling. But it was screwed in there. I'm like, why are you
Screws.
ridiculous. I always thought, or I was told that I thought it's like illegal to attach stuff to those posts. Or is that something about you can't drive around with your light on in your car because the police will pull you over, like some bullshit your parents told you?
I mean, it might be. I don't know. I mean, I would be hard pressed if I was attaching something and some policeman pulled up and said, "Sprite on, buddy, on the hood." Like, what? Nothing better to do.
Illegal posting, post no bills on stop signs.
I'd have to come on the podcast and announce that we have the safest neighborhood in the history of
yes,
the world because I'm getting shaken down for posting a fucking garage sale.
Crime has dropped to 0% for the last 90-day rolling period. Now, do you think this cardboard? She's not going to rebuttal this. She's going to just take her lumps, and
I would think she's taking her lumps.
You got it.
I had told Robin, I was like, "Do you think? I mean, if she comes back." And because my Robin
like, where the fucking house is.
I said, "Come get me." I said, "We know where she lives." I mean, so I would come. Yeah. I will just fucking throw her right back. I said, "I was stapled to her fucking door."
That's good. Oh man, or you call up the garbage and you can you file take one of her dumping illegal dumping.
I want a commission on this fine you're gonna give her.
Yeah, 10% finder's fee commission.
I want my bounty hunter's fee.
Okay, so I need to set this thing up because I have some stuff I need moved, and I know I could get a refrigerator. I don't care if I have to pay $10 or whatever for the refrigerator, but I've gotten to the point that on the side of my house I'm feeling a little bit too whiskey tango, a little bit too white trashy.
It was like we were doing this. We had like broken bed frame.
I know it's just too much.
Broken drawers and dressers that we had just put out there and just waited.
Yeah, I'm a little bit The nice thing about when you used to live in San Francisco, anything you didn't want, you just go put it out on the curb, and literally, and by the time you turned around to go back up your house, someone rats, they would come over and take it. This neighborhood is
pretty good with if you have something that's at least quasi, they'll
usable. Yeah, an office chair. I feel like somebody, but some office chairs, you look at them and you're like, oh my god, this thing is it's disgusting. Office chairs in particular, I think, are particularly. How many farts?
When I was loading the pile, I had the headboard of Jeffrey's. It was a metal headboard.
Yeah.
Of his broken bed frame, and this lady's walks up. She's like, "Excuse me." I'm like, yeah. She's like, "This bed frame. Are you?" I said, "I'm throwing it away. It's going to the pile because the other pieces are pile. There." I don't know how people can not see what's going on, but okay.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh. This is kind of nice." I said, "It's kind of broken." And I was sitting there.
She's hemming and hawing while you're.
Patience. I was losing my patience. She's like, "Well, I live down the street. It's kind of heavy for me to carry it." I said, "I'm not carrying this. I'm not carrying this. I'm not doing that." She's like, "Oh," I said, "If you want it, you can drive your car down here, or I don't care. I'm not fucking."
She wanted you to put that on there, like Jesus took the cross and walk across town with the fucking.
It's like fuck you. And she was lives in. Might I add, she lives on this part where she was like, "Oh, you have to walk up the hill." I was like, "I'm not. No. If you want it that bad, if you want junk that bad, come on down and grab it.
Get your fucking Honda Civic and get your ass down here." Is it because you're right at the stop sign and you are sort of right at a T intersection, so you're high visibility?
There's a lot that's going on there. So, and I don't mind it, but then after a while, some of that shit, it's
it gets a little. I could see that.
I think actually, shit, that might be the lady that asked me about the fucking paint job and if I was doing it for Halloween. Because she had the dog. I have to ask my wife later.
Okay. Speaking of Halloween, have you got your 14-foot skeleton up?
Oh, it's been erected since October 1st.
Oh, nice. Those are still all the rage. I see they're going for top dollar from Home Depot and everything.
Yeah, they actually have a name for it. Skelly. At least the one that we have.
Yeah, Skelly. Have you? What's the assembly time on getting that thing stood up? You have it down. Or you have this is your third year
it's not
doing
so
it? At
bad.
least
it's not too bad. It's it's really probably 5 minutes at most.
Oh, okay.
It's bars and
okay. You just
slide them over and slide them over. I mean, yeah, it took me a little bit longer, but I was horsing around because there's a wire you use to straighten them up and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
using it as a whip and those fucking
Tomfoolery.
Yeah, just tomfoolery.
Yes.
I mean, I was horrible. And then I was like, and then I like build half the guy, and I would stand him up, and I would use as a forearm, and I would make a boner joke. Something that would just
The usual.
disgust everyone that's getting earshot. But the kids would get a chuckle, so which then maybe double down.
And have you added to your Halloween collection? What are you going for? Because we've been taking walks around the block, and I'll take the kids on the bike, and we'll drive around looking for particularly scary ones. But everything's pretty tame around here, except one house that had a bunch of clown, like freaky fucking clown shit.
We have actually out here. Oh, you can't see it's dark, but we have a plant guy on the front. I don't think it's really scary. There is one guy that's like, because my wife did she had an idea. She likes to do themes, right? So she's all about themes.
Yeah.
And so she has like a scarecrow that goes like his face glows and he's like, it's
okay, yeah.
And he says she has all these little pumpkins and we haven't turned on. Those are like battery operated. So I was like, I don't want to
save that for the big day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like a haunted pumpkin patch kind of a thing.
Okay.
And there's a witch and a cauldron out in the.
Okay. Classic.
Yeah, some classic.
And the skelly.
And some blow-ups. Yeah, skelly and some blow-ups and stuff like that. It goes trees and shit.
Yeah. Nice. Didn't you get like this plant? Wasn't this a search you had last year? He's like an animatronic plant thing?
He's by the front door.
Okay. Because someone's going to try to pinch that thing.
Yeah, so he's by the front door. So if there's
the
motion, the ring will sound and the dogs will sound, which will awaken me, and then I can probably make a nice textbook Aaron Donald's tackle at the car door.
Oh man, could you imagine? That's somebody trying to steal. That has happened. I remember seeing about I feel like someone stole Christmas decorations one year, like from a couple houses, and people were really up in arms about. Which
yeah.
What are you doing with all that? What are you stealing that shit for? Fucking around.
I do see a lot of like some on the Ring app.
Oh yeah,
it's always like Ring community. I swear, the shit that people like. I heard gunshots, and it was like, what? This is a fireworks or a car backfire?
Do you have to attach like a video, your surveillance video, or people can just post in their?
People will just post like in their location or something. It's like it's helicopter in the air. What's going on? I was like, what?
I don't know. Turn your police scanner on.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. If you're that nosy, you might want to download the police scanner app.
My wife's grandparents definitely had that. We would go to their house, and they would just sit. They had two lazy boy chairs with their TV there, and they had the police scanner like in the middle, and then they'd be watching like Judge Mills Lane or something.
Oh no!
And then if we were over there, let's get it out. They would turn down the police scanner or turn it up.
Oh,
yeah, that's because in high school, the reason why I found this out in high school, anyway, when we lived in Roseville, my wife and I got into a car accident on Junction and Washington Boulevard, which we've probably driven through that intersection 500 times.
That used to be the intersection where you would take it super fast and you could jump in the air.
Yeah, you can.
Washington spot
Yeah, it had a good you can definitely get some sparks going off. Anyway, we had the right away on the green light. Someone was not paying attention and turned on a red light and T-boned us. Basically, we're like, "Oh fuck," we were okay and everything. Damaged my Honda or damaged my Toyota Corolla Sport Edition.
We were supposed to go to
did we
the Vacaville
the outlets or something.
Outlets the next day.
Oh,
I remember you calling me. It's like, hey, we can't go. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah, car's fucked up.
Oh, okay.
But we're there, and like you get in a car accident. Luckily, we haven't been in too many. But you're like kind of disoriented. You're trying to figure it out. You like pull over to the side. It couldn't have been 5-10 minutes. And I look up and her fucking grandma is there. And I'm like, you text your grandma already? And they're like, no, we heard on the police scanner app. And they used to live in like mobile. like a senior mobile home sort of community on Washington, like just literally right down the street, and they drove down. They drove down to make sure everything was fine. So that's how I knew that. But yeah. But that accident did net us some really great rental cars that we just used and abused for the
Mazda.
next.
Yeah, that was the
How many
River Cats. That was the River Cat special.
Yeah. But I feel like the car was in the shop for a while, like at least a month or two, right?
Yeah,
which seemed really long. But yeah, I remember trading in. I think the first car they got me was like a Chevy Malibu SL or something. Just I'm like, come on, man, this. I don't want this car. And then someone told me like, yeah, you can just trade them in whenever. I'm like, what? Really?
Oh yeah, the Mazda. I think
so I went there.
3?
Yeah, it was like a Mazda 3, a little bit sportier. But yeah, we ripped that thing,
quote unquote. Maybe have done the Brodies.
Yes, allegedly.
It's past 7 years, so come get us now. On the dog park when they were building it.
Oh, it's a dog park now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, in the back of the baseball. That's right.
Yeah.
That was a thing because that wasn't our car, so we just would. I mean, literally, the light would turn green and just fucking floor it.
Oh, just burn and
just
fish
burn,
tail
and everything, just trying to fuck around. Ridiculous. Yeah, that's right. Because we went out there and they were making a park, and there was just basically a huge parking lot of just gravel, and we would just go out there and just try to peel out and just do stupid stuff, flicking rocks all over the place.
Did that at the stadium.
Yeah, the River Cats game. That one.
We
really that was good. Well, the River Cats, it was like $5 to
for
get
the
in.
lawn seats.
For the lawn seats. Then we just go around, and I feel like every time we were there, we got free hot dogs or we got something for free.
Yeah, this was the River
cheap
Cats
entertainment
of the
for
Oakland A's. This wasn't even the Giants yet.
Yeah, no, yeah. But yeah, so that's how we got that rental car situation. Then we had to give it back. But
that's forever then.
Yeah. I don't know if we opted for the insurance. They probably were like, what's all these rock marks on this?
There's all these undercarriages. Fucked.
You know your muffler sagging a little bit?
It was like that.
Really? I didn't notice. Yeah. Like when you got it, it had 13 miles on it. So I'm not sure how.
The factory didn't. They must have not done it right. I mean,
it must have been.
Don't talk to me.
Must have been a lemon. You guys picked up a lemon.
Back, right?
Yeah. So that was good times. Misspent youth, maybe some people might refer to that as, but I don't. Formative years, I'd like to think of it as.
Formative years of good times.
Were we
lots of loft?
Yeah, that was. How old were we then? 18, 19?
Yeah, we were 18. We had to be 18 or 19.
We weren't 21 though.
No, not yet.
No, yeah.
So we were like, we had to be 18 or 19. We were still in like.
Oh right, yeah, going to Sierra College and stuff. Yeah. Old school. How's you have a college student these days? How are they?
They're figuring it out. They were struggling for a little bit.
It is a tough transition because you sort of realize it's I got not high school. It's just like another. Nobody cares about anything. Like everyone just leaves you alone.
That's the biggest struggle. That was the biggest struggle. Is nobody cares. You're a nobody. Nobody cares if you show up. Nobody cares if you're there. No one cares how you did. No one cares what you're wearing. So it's just like I think.
No one cares where you sit in class. If you're on your computer, like. No one cares.
No one cares if you have a Mac or if you have a fucking typewriter. Nobody gives a shit.
Typewriter.
So I think that's the biggest struggle, and also I don't know if I made this claim on this pod, but I think there is a part of, at least in this area of the school system, that kind of does a disservice to the kids because it's always like there's a lot of it's due on this date, but you can turn it in as long as you turn it in before the end of the semester, or you can do retakes, and it's very, very lenient. So I think like maybe the school system doesn't want to deal with the wealthy parents and their lawyers kind of thing. It almost seems that way. I could be wrong, but there's a lot of leniency with everything. And then they get to college and it's like, not my problem kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, so she had a hard time because I had to tell her, I said, you gotta, because it was like her first experience was like, something was due online and the website wasn't working or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So she waited until class when it was due and said, website wasn't working. And the teacher said, not my problem. And she was like, but it wasn't working. She's like, not my problem. And so she called me and I said, did you tell them beforehand? Well, no, I thought that's you got to tell them immediately. I said, you got to sound off.
Yeah.
And she's like,
sound the alarm.
She said, it's not my problem. I said, okay. And what are you going to do about it? She's like, there's nothing. I said, there's nothing you can do.
I love like that to me in college when they're like, yeah, there's no homework or this. I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever.
Oh, yeah.
Because to me, that was
I don't
like
do attendance. I don't care if you show up. I was like,
it was just bullshit stuff that they did to try to like keep you in fucking line in high school. And I wasn't about being kept in line.
No.
You know. But
that
I also suffered.
But that you were in charge of your own shit and you have to do it. I'm not going to remind you. You know, that kind of like being treated like an adult. It's a bigger leap, I think, today than it was with us. Because like, you know, before it's us, it's like, you know, we got to figure it out. We're going to figure it out, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think when I see and then when I interact with Melanie, who's very, very, very smart.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff, it's like, did you look into this? No. Why not? You know, it's like, oh, well, they gave us a map and expected us to figure out where our classes were. Like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah, like every other person.
I said, welcome to being an adult. This sucks. I said, yeah, okay, again, welcome to being an adult. That also sucks. It's
only going to get worse.
Life isn't a movie. It sucks. The happy ending is when you kick the bucket.
No. But, you know, they do have round table pizza on campus, and that's pretty righteous.
Round table. They have actually, I think they have some newer, restaurants there. I can't remember what they were.
Every time we drive by, because we have to drive by Sacramento State to get to our alumni Cern, just for the Cerny Sleds and the Chipmunks out there to get to grandparents' house. And every time we drive by, I'm like, hold on, there's my school. Let me see if they are putting my name up on for any. Doesn't look like they must have forgot about it. Renowned,
did they hit you up
podcaster.
For alumni donations?
I think somehow they don't have my right address, so I might somehow be dodged. I might have dodged all that because I haven't gotten any of that stuff.
I get the mail, I get the phone calls, I get the emails.
Oh no, I don't get any of that stuff.
I get it all. How's your degree treating you? Fairly well? No, yeah, you got a good career. So if you would like to make, I mean, that's the same. I'm like, I think didn't you take enough?
Yeah, remember I already paid you for what you gave me.
You didn't give it to me for free. Oh, okay, right. Okay.
The transaction's completed circa 2009 or whenever the fuck it was. Yeah. Well, they have their baseball team has been.
I think they're doing.
I think they're okay. The football team's doing okay. I know they always get blown out by the UC Davis Aggies in the what do they call the Causeway Classic or whatever.
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you're playing
I'm not
Cowtown.
Too up to date on college football. I mean, I watch a little bit here and there.
Well, Prime.
Yeah,
what about Coach Prime?
Prime's bringing my viewership in.
Yeah.
I do have to look at Prime games.
Now they've been losing. Didn't they?
They just lost this last. I don't know if they've been losing. They're about 500, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Which is.
But he talks so much shit, which I fucking love. But they talk so much shit. It's like you would think they got to be top of their division. Maybe they are. I don't know.
No. I mean, I think they're in the. I swear, Colorado's in the Pac-12.
Yeah, there was. I saw there was some shifting with these conferences and everything now as well. but I thought they were playing Stanford, and Stanford came back like 29-0. They were down 29-0.
Yeah,
or something
they shouldn't have
came
lost
back.
that game. That was just
Yeah.
now he apparently he beat up the the team in the locker room.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. I think some of the shit that we talk about, like, you know, his shit talking or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I think it's just some of it's just because let's try to load Pac-12 information. They just have a camera in his fucking face all the time. So he's talking to his team, and it's like he's got a camera in his face. So it's like, you know, I think some of that comes off of that.
Yeah, because I mean, every coach is given the rah motivational thing. His is just a little bit more, I don't want to say outlandish, but his is the prime time version, as opposed to Bill Belichick or all these other fucking football coaches are given the same sort of same sort of thing. The Dolphins.
I just think like sometimes
nerd,
it's like,
dude.
You know, Nick Saban. I don't see him talking in the locker room too much. Although I don't.
Yeah, he's not on
I don't
TikTok.
follow Bama or anything, but I don't see him. I just think there's cameras always following Prime because he's like the hot thing right now.
Yeah.
You know, so it's, you know, it's like my dad calls the media, particularly ESPN, like a fish. They just follow the shiny new object. You know, whatever shiny. Oh, yeah, let's go over here. It's
yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, no one said shit about Bryce Harper until. I mean, they were always talking about it, but
Yeah.
he's really heated up exponentially since the playoffs.
Oh.
He hit the home run. He had the stare down after the attaboy Harper, and then it's like, and now they're just. I saw a title today and almost started vomiting. It was like made for October and born in it or some bullshit like that, and I was like, oh, what the fuck. Great piece of journalism, guys.
Yeah.
Great piece.
Oh, hey, did you know his birthday is like in October? So we could just swing
It was
that
like
in.
made for and born in October. And I was like, okay.
Oh, boy. I saw some. I mean, the Phillies fans, they're also wearing red. So they're so. I mean, if it's going well, there's probably no better feeling than the Phillies fans
Oh, yeah.
or
But if you
Philadelphia
suck, they will
fans.
boo.
Yeah.
And
But it's been a while since they've been good. Right. I can't remember.
2011?
Yeah, with Ryan Howard and Cole Hamels and that. Yeah, those guys. But did they win a championship? Or they were in the World Series, right?
Was it 2011 or was that the Cardinals? I mean, maybe the fucking Cardinals. Let me see.
Oh, we got to look it up. You're looking it up?
Yeah.
Okay. We're all team
2008. God damn.
2008. Wow, we were way off there. So I mean, that's a bit of time. It's a bit of time, 15 years or whatever the math is on that one.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah. So, but the Rangers have never
won
the World Series, but they've been in the World Series. I know because the Giants defeated them one year.
And they lost the next year to the Cardinals.
The Rangers or the Phillies?
The Rangers. They were back to back.
Damn, and they lost two in a row.
With Josh Hamilton and Ian Kinsler and Nelson Cruz.
Wow.
Like they had like murderer's row of hitters.
Yeah, they were goated out. Hamilton. What's that guy? Is he back? Is he relapsed? Or I haven't heard about that guy.
I don't know. I mean, if you did hear from him, I'm sure it's probably a relapse.
It's probably going to be an obituary. That dude overdosing or something.
Yeah. If you hear about him at this point in time, it's got to be a relapse or an overdose or he's in jail.
Yeah, he. My wife told me this new the character arc. You remember the Kat Von D woman? She was like a tattoo. Yep. She is getting her tattoo. She has found our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and she is getting her tattoos removed, or her particularly
face ones,
like evil or satanic style ones.
Which full body at that point.
Yeah, I mean she's head to toe covered in tattoos. So there must be some particular ones, but she's she's on a different path now, I guess.
I haven't heard from her since she had a reality show, I believe. Right?
Yeah, she was on. I remember remember the Miami Ink show was like super popular, and then she kind of had a spin-off from that one that was like LA based.
Oh, yeah,
but
that's right.
yeah, Miami Ink. Remember that? Basically, everyone thought that, oh yeah, you could just get like a whole sleeve tattoo in like, a couple hours. Because that's how it seemed on the show.
Sitting.
Like, yeah, one sitting.
And you could just walk in and order
Just
it.
walk in like, yeah, I'd like to get my whole arm tattooed with dragons and stuff. And they're like, oh yeah, let me just draw this up in 20 minutes and we'll get to work.
20 minutes and I'll put it on your arm and we'll get rocking.
Yeah.
I got no appointments or anything. It's all you, baby.
Yeah, it's all you. Don't worry. Yeah, and then in reality, it's like, oh, that's a 2-year process at least for all that from start to finish.
Yeah,
which is hilarious. But yeah, Kat Von D, and that really had that Miami Ink really spurred a lot. I mean, how many fucking tattoo shows were on? That was like a genre of like tattoo reality shows.
Yeah,
and
then remember then they did like. They had that show. Well, they may still have it. I don't know. It was like
those ran its course. So I don't think those are on really.
They have them now that are like, I swear it's like where they fix some fucked up tattoos. I forget what it's called.
Oh, okay. That's a little bit of a like more entertaining.
Yeah,
spin,
I know. You see
I suppose.
I haven't really watched any, but like I saw the commercials and I was like, oh, that's.
Oh, there's got to be some.
What's a doozy? Where'd you get that fucker at?
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, oh, my ex-girlfriend's name and blah, blah.
Yeah, or it's like I paid some guy in the back alley with a fucking guitar string.
Some toothpicks. We made it happen back there.
It's some Bic ink, and I fucking put it in my back.
Just like jabbing it in my arm. Made a smiley face. Like, Steve-O probably was a recipient of some of those tattoos.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah. He's cleaned his act up as well too. Everyone's turned a new leaf.
No, I think since Ryan Dunn went up in a ball flame.
Yeah, and Bam Margera doesn't seem to be in a good place either.
So
that
he's
guy.
not cleaning himself up. He's
still looking for his bottom or something. I'm not sure exactly, but I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ryan Dunn was his best friend, so I think that kind of just
shook him.
Yeah, he was already. All those guys were walking the line between, a spiral and holding steady.
Every once in a while on Instagram, I'll see some like clips of Jackass, and I'm like, holy shit, I can't believe they let this shit on the...
Oh, I know. I remember like the first episode I saw with my dad, it was on MTV too, so you could just watch it. And it was like,
no problem.
Which one was worse, the stun gun, a taser, or fucking pepper spray? And they were just rolling on each other like a fucking stun gun and pepper spray. And my dad's like, what's the name of the show? And it was like, Jackass. He's like, that's perfect. These are jackasses. I remember him saying that. He kept saying it.
I mean, I would just get anxiety watching the show. Imagine that's your group of friends and you just know for fun they're gonna fuck
break
with
your
you.
leg. Like it's not
they're
like
gonna try to fuck with you.
We did like Vulcan, like we talked about, in perpetuity on the show where we done Vulcan thigh slugger or shin busters.
Yeah.
But I wasn't concerned like Chipper's going to come up with a fucking baseball bat and take my shin out. I didn't think he was going to do that.
Or come up and like shave your hair or shave your head or something.
Yeah.
The one that I saw, remember when
Mace
they
in the face as you're walking.
Oh yeah.
Glass.
Get gored by a bull and all this shit. Fucking hell, man.
Or a giant hand's gonna hit me in the face as I'm walking.
That one when the hand was like high five and he's like, huh? And dude, that must have got he was like, wasn't he holding like Chinese food or like he had like lunch or something? And this hand was as big as a table.
Yeah.
And it just
I wonder how
creamed
much
him.
patting it. Yeah, it didn't look like it. I mean it just crushed him.
He instantly, it's not like it just instantly flattened him. I mean, that must have
it's not like you would think like it would hit you and it would like take 2 steps back and like kind of get stunned. It just flattened him like you hit by a car.
Fuck. And everyone's just laughing and you're like, oh, you're all fucking shell shocked. You're probably like dizzy
have a
and
broken
shit.
nose and they're gonna laugh.
Yeah.
It's like that's anxiety to the max. I mean, I don't really. Yeah. I mean, we brought ourselves some anxiety with our.
Yeah, sure.
But
it was, the worst you're gonna get is like, hey, I got a sore arm because I got punched.
Yeah,
in the arm
not going
or
to the
something.
Hospital with a potential severed liver.
and they were shooting fireworks out their ass and all sorts of. There was a lot. There was always the, every person had their part on Jackass. Like there was the guy that'd always be doing the penis and
Pontius, yeah.
Yeah, if you wanted something that had to do with your dick or shooting something out of your ass, he was the guy. Like he was that guy that would do all that shit. And then Johnny Knoxville, he who would do the worst? I feel like it was Steve-O, right? Any like the craziest shit.
Steve-O would do some
Steve-O
crazy shit. I mean, Bam didn't. I mean, he did some crazy shit, but his was mostly like just like skating stunts and shit like that. Remember, he wasn't like he did some stunts, but Steve-O would do this shit. Johnny Knoxville, he would do some shit too.
Yeah,
I noticed he was in Shark Week this last year, and they're doing like they were doing like stunts with tiger or with some sharks and shit like that. And I was laughing. I was telling my wife, I said, "You know what I noticed? Johnny Knoxville is not doing any of these. He's telling people to do them, but he's not. He's not in the water with the fucking tiger shark.
He's old. He has gray. He has like white hair, right?
Yeah, it's probably from his years of Jackass made it gray. It's not like he's 80 years old. I think he's maybe 50. Let me take a look.
He's got to be in his 50s, I would say for sure. But yeah, I mean, from what I heard from like Bam's book and podcasts and stuff, they would just get fucked up on. 50. They would get super drunk or fucked up and high. 52, huh?
Yeah.
And they would just do those stunts, but they would be all drunk and shit. Like there's no other way that you would. Yeah, you would have to be. Because a sober mind would have too many. Like, you couldn't convince yourself to do it.
Like, remember was that one where they jumping over the pool into the snakes and stuff like that? Yeah, some of the stuff.
And they went in shopping carts, like going down like a ski, like just. They have to have. I mean, broken bones on broken bones.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure
when they bury him, they do an autopsy. They'd be like, "This man has the body of a bullfighter."
In fact, he has one in the few bullfighting stunts. Didn't Johnny Knoxville got gored in a bull one, right? I think that was one that like kind of I feel like rocked him. And he's like, "No, I might not be doing
I'm going
these
to
ones
acting
again."
bucket.
Yeah. The one I remember the Butterbean one where he fought the boxer like in the China shop,
snoring on the floor on the canvas.
So this famous heavyweight boxer whose name was Butterbean. Did they just go into like a fine china shop? And they just started boxing in there?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. They must, I mean, did they get released? They must have got a release.
They had to. I don't know. I don't know.
People would be suing the fuck out of you.
I don't even know if they had a legal team because they did some borderline shit where I was like, what the hell?
They would go running by their legal team. They'd tell them no. They just fire the legal team and find someone that would tell them yes. Basically.
Get the mafia legal team on there.
Yeah.
It's good? Okay.
But that was a funny one. I'll have to go back and pull a couple greatest hits from Jackass. But I liked more of the, I guess, skit style ones versus the...
Yeah, I don't really love the... I mean, yes, I did enjoy it back in the day, but now that I look back, like when I see it and stuff, it's like I don't really want to see someone break their fucking ankle or...
No, I don't need that in my life.
Or get gash in the face. We've done that ourselves, so I already know what it looks like. I don't need to relive it in my mind.
I remember a paintball just in your underwear on the paintball. Fuck.
Right? Getting hit in the shins and stuff and be like,
yeah, that's no good. Anyway. Well, we ran the gamut again as we usually do, sir.
We
did it. But maybe this time next week we'll be discussing the World Series matchup.
Potentially
the World Series matchup. So right now we have the Phillies, the Fighting Phils, whooping on some Astros. Not the Astros, sorry, the Snakes. Yeah. And then the Astros are playing the Rangers.
Getting whooped.
There. Yeah. Love to see it. Someone, the Wolverine meme where he's looking at the thing, pitcher, and he's crying, and it's the Astros, and they're looking at a garbage can.
Yeah, I know. I saw that.
I might have sent it to you already, but I chuckled at that one. That I did chuckle at. But anywho, I think that's us for this week. Until next time, I'm Chip.
I'm Cern.
Cheers.